Hey guys, welcome back to the free hosting for WordPress series. So this video is going to be I believe, let me check here. As you can see, I do have a calendar. Lifetime best free hosting for WordPress with Ezoic. So this is I believe, the fourth part of this series here, free hosting for WordPress free course. Um, so the first part is we've launched our hosting on AWS with CentOS operating system, and then we installed Lumpstock. we installed WordPress with Lumpstock and AutoSSL. The reason why we are using Lumpstock instead of a traditional control panel, although I will probably be um, adding or probably make a video of an alternative control panel, a lightweight control panel, but I'm still yet working on that, researching for a better one that is very lightweight compared to the popular ones that you can see online, which is enough to really handle the resources that we have on AWS free tier. So as mentioned in the first video, I did mention the resources that we are limited. Let's say um, such as the RAM and the CPU, which is why Lumpstock is the best thing I can think of, the best setup to manage your site with WordPress. For WordPress, because it is very lightweight. But with a control panel, along with WordPress, it might slow down, or it might impact your WordPress performance, which is why for me personally, I probably just use Lumpstock. If you're only hosting WordPress, if you're only hosting one site, or if you want to host multiple sites also with another hosting, not AWS, then you can use Lumpstock if you're what do you call this? If you're comfortable with it. So, and it really does help you in regards to the resources you are consuming to your server. But I will probably I do have in mind, I do have a control panel in mind already, but I'm still testing it out to make sure that it is working on the resources that we have, because I really want it to just focus on the WordPress performance, and and later on, when we are ready to transfer or to scale it to the Ezoic hosting, it's faster because the WordPress performance is faster, which is why I recommended Lumpstock for now. So the third video is installing PHP This is actually optional, but if you're a beginner and you don't have enough knowledge, just like me, of course, we are all beginner here. So you can manage your database through PHP And actually, what I do, if I were the one who would manage my site on a Lumpstock server, when I when I need to manage my database for complex um, editings, I'll use PHP but I will just uninstall it once it's done when the when the when my edits are done, and it should be stuck with the original setup, which is the my Maria database. Um, this is just a manager, by the way, so it really doesn't. It's just really an optional, but it might impact the performance or the resources, which is why for me, if I were to manage it, if I were to manage a lump stock, as mentioned earlier, I'll probably just install it when I need it and remove it if I don't need it. Because with lump stock, um, it is enough to host a WordPress site. So, so for this video, I'm gonna show you, as mentioned, um, this will be the idea of um, how you can scale to a lifetime hosting for WordPress. And take note, guys, this is not a, a typical free hosting that is just for testing. This is for using it to make money online and for a professional website. Okay, this is not something like what you see on the web if you search for free hosting. Let's see here. Um, Free hosting. Let me show you here. Free free web hosting unlimited. So as you can see, this one, I started with this actually. Um, um, Infinity Free is one of the tools that I started with in regards to web hosting. I learned a lot from here, but f- today we we already have a lot of options to use for professional web hosting. Infinity is only for testing purposes. You cannot really make money or um, set up your WordPress site to be to meet the requirements for scaling to a lifetime hosting service, which is why I don't recommend this. Because when you set up your WordPress site here or to any related free hosting service, even though they're saying that you have unlimited bandwidth, unlimited storage, unlimited or so, this is not real. When you set up your site from all this type of hosting, they they will suspend your account. They will suspend your account before you can scale to a better hosting company. So let's say for example, also this is just the same with Infinity Free. They are hosted from the same company and they are just reseller of reseller hosting, which I will be creating another series of course, another free course how you can make um free hosting sites like Infinity Free and profreehost.com. I will create a free course for this, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll create that in next week or so after this free hosting series for WordPress. So make sure to subscribe if you're interested with that. And yeah, this let me show you here. This series here, free hosting for WordPress, is not it is for professionals, meaning as mentioned on this on the first episode of this series. This is for professional websites. You will not be suspended for using their resources. You will not be limited for anything in regards to scaling your site to make money. Um, you will have enough resources to make money and scale it to a lifetime free hosting, which is why this video is for that. So, um, the point of using these services is to prepare your site to scale up to a lifetime hosting, not not this type of hosting, but this type of hosting, WordPress hosting app on Ezoic. So if you're not familiar with Ezoic, they are an alternative that just probably um, think of them as an AdSense alternative. So they offer basically they offer a website monetization service. So you will host your site, or you will register your site to them to monetize with ads. You first need to be approved to get access to the WordPress hosting service, which is free with no limits. You can actually read on the benefits of this, but I do have a summary of that. So, as mentioned earlier, ideally, you will need to make your site um, scale, or to make your hosting from AWS, which is you only have two vCPU, and I believe one CPU core, depending on the region, one or two, and then 2 gig of RAM. You are limited of that resources, and only for 1 year for the free tier. So the idea is that to have a lifetime hosting, we will transfer your site to Ezoic, but you cannot just use Ezoic without having a WordPress site ready. So that's the point of using AWS, installing WordPress, because you need to have a blog. You need to have content on your site, on your WordPress site, to get approved. To get approved for website monetization on Ezoic. And I will show you that in later videos that I will publish, how you can create articles that will get approved on Ezoic. It's really just easy. We will use tools for that, or not. We will use I will try to I will show you free tools, completely free tools, to make those contents and get you approved on Ezoic, and then we will transfer, and then make a tutorial how to transfer it as well. I will show you that with my own website that is already approved. I do have here, I have I have more than just this. This is my personal site, by the way. And if you go to this link here, this is actually this is not really that this is not a professional blog. This is just an automated YouTube videos. As you can see, this is auto post. I don't manage it. I don't give time for it, but it was approved on Ezoic, and now I am free to host it on Ezoic if I want to, but I had no time actually. But because of this tutorial, I'll show you how you can transfer it to Ezoic. This is my personal site, and as you can see, these are shorts, random videos from my personal life with my dogs or so, family and friends. Excuse me. So yeah. So the next part is, that's the idea, guys. We we host our site on AWS because we have enough resources to manage our WordPress faster. So we can set up blogs or any other features we want to um, to build our blog faster and also have enough performance to get traffic. It really doesn't I believe it really doesn't matter if you have traffic as long as you have content, enough content. To my experience, I only have for this blog, it's not really professional. I only wrote it myself without any guide from tools or just me, just personally my no keyword research thing, stuff like that. It's just my personal um you can just imagine this as my Facebook. Um I wrote things here before, probably 10 to 15 articles, and it's just 500 to 1000 words with my own um thoughts, and it's just the same when I post content on Facebook. So this is a site that I use to post things um, as my social media. So for example, if I don't want to use social media, I post it here, something like that. And actually, for nowadays, I don't use social media anymore. I would I am more comfortable of using YouTube posts or maybe on this blog, but I'm still focused on my case studies, my projects. That's why I'm not yet working on here. It's just auto post if I want to post something on my YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, my vlog. Excuse me. So it will auto post here and also to my social media. This is automated. Also, if you want to have this kind of website, guys, you can actually contact me. I do offer a service um, in the description. So freelancing services. If I have time, you can try to contact me and let's discuss about it. But anyways, where am I actually? So yeah, that's actually the idea. So we host on AWS and then we install Lumpstock to install WordPress. I mean, install WordPress with Lumpstock to minimize the resources use for in regards to the limits of AWS. And if you're not comfortable with managing the command line or managing the database, you can use PHP My Admin. And if you already have enough content, let's say 10 to 15 contents, there's actually a lot of tools out there like AI content. As long as it's not a trash one, you check it and make sure it is accurate, and then making sure that it is related to the topic that you are writing. It should work. It should be approved on Ezoic, and it's the most important thing is that it's not what do you call this? It's not copied from other source of sites. Let's say making sure that what do you call that one? It's not plagiarized. So when I will show you a lot of options how you can create contents later on, but this is just the idea, guys. So once you're done with having WordPress, all you need to do is add contents on that site, blog, and then once you have contents, you can then go to Ezoic and register your site for website monetization. Once you've been approved, then you can use the WordPress hosting for free for a lifetime. Is that easy? And also, um, um, I just want to also let you know that it's actually not simple, by the way, to connect your site. It might be a bit tricky compared to AdSense, but this is why I've created this series because I'm going to walk you through how to really make sure that you successfully connect and successfully accomplish the lifetime hosting for WordPress. So make sure you check it out. Check out this series here. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up there. And yeah, I might create a separate series in regards to Ezoic, managing Ezoic, but for this video will be for just that idea, how you can get a lifetime hosting for WordPress from here and creating a content. And if you already know how to create a content, you can go ahead and check out the link below to register your site for Ezoic monetization. And once you're done, you can go ahead and already transfer your site to Ezoic. Their support is actually very active. Don't really have You will not have problems, but if you do, you can actually contact me on the forums community. Let me forget. Don't worry about if you don't get enough support from Ezoic, you can contact me anytime here. Um, yeah, I'll be happy to assist you in regards to it because I do have a lot of things I can share as well. Later on, I will publish a lot more videos in regards to connecting your site to Ezoic. And this is just the beginning, guys. So the next video, I will probably publish how to register your site or maybe register an account to Ezoic, and then how to connect your site and many other things you need to host your site for free on Ezoic. And also, I forget to mention how you can create content. We'll probably go through it as well. I'll show you a few tools, free tools to do this, or just a lot of other options to do that so that you can get approved and have access to the WordPress hosting. And also, I forgot to mention the pros and cons, by the way. Here is, of course, it's a managed hosting. Pros is managed hosting. So, compared to lump stock, you don't really need to manage it on your own. They will handle the server-side security, the performance, and the web server features like, for example, the MySQL, whatsoever. You will have access though to PHP My Admin. I believe you are limited only to SFTP and PHP My Admin. But If you're not really that techy, that should be enough because you only want to focus on WordPress. So another pro is free for a lifetime. I provided an asterisk here because there's a prerequisite to get access to the hosting, the free hosting, which is what I mentioned earlier that you need to get approved for website monetization, but it's not really that difficult. I promise you, it's not really that difficult, especially nowadays. Before, you need to have 10,000 page views per month to get approved or to register for an Ezoic account. But now, you only need contents. There's no minimum anymore, no minimum of page views. You only need content, enough content to get approved. I believe, as mentioned earlier, I only have 10 to 15. Um, Not really professional. It's just random thoughts by me on this blog here. And if you check on this blog, if you check on the earlier um, contents here, these are trash. If you check on them, I did not actually remove them so that I can see. Um, so I have records of this. So you can check it out. And I believe it's in the last time. I'm not sure if it's still here actually. Let me check it out. Or maybe on my Mawix. Check it out on my Mawix. Let me check it here. Probably I'll share it with you later on. But anyways, as mentioned, it you don't really need to have professional written content as long as it's not plagiarized, it's not copied from another source. And I will show you step by step all of those things to make sure that you'll get approved later on. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for those videos from this series. This series, free hosting for WordPress. And the best pro, in my opinion, is of course you can make money from your website. Actually, I do have a free course going on or ongoing on the channel. If you go to my YouTube, let me check here. I do have a free course ongoing. This one. This is a full course in regards to making money online with websites. This is actually a business model. I'm sharing with you a business model that I know how to do it. Um, some of them I haven't yet actually tested myself, but I am working on it. I will be testing it myself. This is something like a case study as well for me. I will show you all the things that I know how to do, and also everything that I use on my own business, like the control panel, which is I'm personally using cPanel for some of my sites. I've used this too before, and also, but for now, since I want to focus only on managing WordPress, I use cPanel, but those are free, which is why I've created this series to share for beginners, for those who don't have enough budget for now to host their sites. And um, before, when I started, when I'm starting out, have the I don't have the advantage of this free AWS free tiers and many other things which are available today, which is why you're fortunate if if you're starting out um today or nowadays, because there's a lot of free stuff which are useful, which are usable, not the trash hosting services. You can actually make money from all this free tier hosting if you know how to do it, and if you know um, the tools, or if you have this kind of free hosting, I mean free course that I'm going to show you to accomplish it. And yeah, again, we can let me show you. I forgot to. So the next thing is that yes, I've already mentioned how to make money. Actually, guys, even though for this blog, actually, I do have, I do make money from this. Not that huge, to be honest, but it's still okay because I don't really manage this. I don't spend time to actually post this videos here. It's just automatic from my YouTube channel. It's automated. It's auto posted. Also, it will auto post to my social media, everything. I will show you in this free course. This free course, all of the things that that will automate your business. I will show it in this video. Everything that you need. I mean, in my opinion, is best um, as a business model to make money online. I will show it in this full course free of charge. And some of the many course like this free hosting, you can check it out here as well. But this is my core free course on this channel. This is why I created this channel, to share this business model, by the way, the business model that I'm working on myself. And I do have a case study channel as well. You can check out my about page here. I believe it's, let me check here. It's not here, sorry. I think you can go ahead and just check out probably at my home. It's, oops, sorry. I believe it's in here. You can check it out. This is where I share my case studies, but for now it's still, I haven't yet updated this, but later on I'll probably have time to update that one. But as mentioned, this guys, you probably get make sure to get a bad advantage of this. No, I'm not sure if I don't see any YouTuber who shares all the things that I share in this free course. You probably need to pay to get access to this information, so make sure to grab this now and go through it. And don't worry, some of the contents here might be outdated or might be trash because when I started out, I'm not yet that what do you call that, comfortable with using my own voice. So I started with text to speech, but actually I do use text to speech when my surroundings is not it is noisy, or if I have people around the house. So I use text to speech, but later on I'll probably update those things that needs to be updated, especially if the information is outdated, then I'll probably just make another version of them. But um, for now it is free, so make sure you get advantage of this. I show here all the things that I use, and the things that um, the things that are, what do you call this, best for beginners. and all the free tools. You can check it out here. And also to my playlist, there's a lot of things going on here as well. And yeah, so let's go ahead and also as mentioned earlier, I do I do make money from this blog, even though I don't manage it. I don't spend time with with that. I get a few bucks here, as you can see, and I have more blogs that I don't really spend time for. I do get money from this. So, but I'm focused on YouTube. That's why I created this channel, and also this is also a kind of a case study channel, which I'll probably update you on the channel that I mentioned here later on. So make sure to check it out. And yeah, so um another thing, Ezoic is one of the service that we will be working on, or we will go through on the course. So I highly recommend you to check out Ezoic if you already have a blog, if you already have a website, and if you are interested in earning from your website passively. Make sure to check out the link in the description. Zoic is the best, especially for beginners. Their support is the best. So as mentioned earlier, they have free support compared to other alternatives like AdSense. You don't really get enough support as a beginner. Although AdSense is really simple to set up compared to Zoic. But the point is that Ezoic offers better pay compared to AdSense. So let's move on to the cons. So the cons is that if you use Ezoic hosting, you will not have a standard hosting control panel. Like for example, if you're familiar with cPanel, you have access to a lot of services like for example emails or so, but with Ezoic you don't have those things. You are only limited to, as mentioned earlier, SFTP, which is how you can manage your files, and PHP how you can manage your database. Compared to this tutorial that I showed you, the lump stock, you can manage your hosting, but only via terminal, excuse me, via command line. But if you're a beginner and if you don't want hassle on managing your own server or lump stock, then this should be fine for you. And the thing is, it really doesn't matter. Um, if you aim on making money online, with your website, you don't really need to be an expert on managing your hosting. Um, you only need to be an expert. It's not really expert. Enough knowledge. You only need to have enough knowledge in regards to WordPress. That's the only thing I recommend you to focus on. Managing WordPress sites. That's it. How you manage it in regards to SEO aspect, that's the only thing you want to focus on, not your hosting site, because you can just pay for hosting, or you can just host your hosting for free, like what I show you here, and just focus on WordPress. That's the only thing, because that's the one that you will need to um make sure to work on, so that you can provide good content, good performance, and then make money later on. So, and another con, as mentioned, is you don't have free access to email server, like compared to having a shared hosting with cPanel or any other control panel. Like for example, if you're hosting on Namecheap, like I've mentioned, I do have uh, resources in the link below. You can check out my resources page, recommended resources. You can check it out. You can host actually for cheap on Namecheap. Simple. If you want an easier way to host unlimited sites, you can use that with cPanel. But for me personally, I host my cPanel server since I am managing my own server with cPanel. I host it on Contabo. But if you're a beginner, you don't want to spend a lot in regards to hosting, you can use Namecheap if you want to invest for that. But since you're watching this video, I'm assuming you don't want to invest for hosting and you only want to host it for free. So that's the point of this. You don't get free email server, meaning you won't get you won't have access to receiving emails from your custom domain, um, and also sending it. But don't worry about that. In this series as well, I will be showing you how you can get access to that for free, how you can send from your custom domain and receive it, and how you can manage your email. So don't worry about that. We will have all alternatives in regards to that. So this is not really that um, a big deal. But for the sake of saving time, of course, it's a big deal if you're, let's say, for example, if you're scaling out, if you already make money, I would probably suggest you scale to a server, cPanel server like I use, and host on Contabo, which I do mentioned here in this free course. And let's move forward to needs approval from Ezoic. Of course, this is the reason why we can't start on hosting your site right away to Ezoic, because Ezoic needs approvals. You need to have an existing WordPress site that has content on it that already is established. Your site must be established with enough content to get approved on Ezoic, which is why it, we have to go through setting up on AWS free hosting, installing WordPress with Lumpstock, and we will create from here our content, which will be hosted on on AWS. And then once it's ready, when we already have enough content, we will then register for an account on Ezoic. We will register our site and get approved. And once we're approved, we can then host our site to Ezoic for a lifetime. That's the point why we need to first go through all this process here. But it's just a quick process. That's why, oops. So that's the reason why. And the next thing, but don't worry, as mentioned, it's not really that difficult. I will show you everything step by step, everything that you need for free. I'll probably show an option to make it faster for you, but if you want to, I mean, if you want to have a faster way, of course, you can do that, but it needs to, uh, you will have to, there is a price for that. But since we want only free things, so of course we will be focusing on free tools, free methods. needs to use other Ezoic services. So when you're hosting, let's say for example you already have been approved for Ezoic account, make sure you use other Ezoic services, like for example monetization. You need to the cons is that this is also a cons, because let's say for example you don't really want to add ads on your site, but if you don't use the ads, Ezoic might terminate your access to the hosting service, free hosting service. So you will need to really um use the the ads or other Ezoic services to use their hosting. But it's not really a big deal for me personally. What I do is that I remove the ads on my homepage, and on my posts I just leave them as is. So sometimes I also allow AdSense only because they're integrated with AdSense. So AdSense is not really that annoying. So if you what I do is on the homepage of my blogs, I allow AdSense because they are not annoying, and on the blogs, the articles, I just limit the annoying ads from Ezoic. That's what I do. And still I get a few bucks. It's really cool actually. I don't spend time for this. To be honest, I don't spend time. I only spend time on my YouTube project, and it only automates the posting to my YouTube. To be honest, on my mawix.com blog, if I need to add links or instructions, that's the only thing I do for for spending time on my blogs. So these are only these are posted automatically from my YouTube, and I just edit this and add a few details. So that's just how I do blog. I don't really do the professional blogging things. What I did in the past is I bought blogs to learn from them. And when I did learn from them, I then created a system to hire people to make contents for me, because I'm not a professional writer, but I do practice automating things. I create systems for business as a business model. So that's what I do, which is why I share those things to you here in this free course. By the way, guys, I'm so sorry for the background noise here. I'm only working on my in the house with a lot of pets, lizard pets, dogs, or so, my family. So yes. So let's go back to the cons. So that's actually um, one of the cons. Needs to use other. So it's not really a big deal. I believe all of this actually, the cons are not really a big deal. And for the last thing is you are only as of now, guys, you are only permitted to use WordPress CMS for their free hosting. But I actually have discussed recently about this with one of the staff of Ezoic. They are planning to provide free hosting for other CMS, I believe. So so um that's why you need to stay tuned, or maybe subscribe to, or I believe not subscribe, actually register for an account right now to make sure to get an account for free. Maybe they might charge it already in the future, so make sure to register an account now. Even if you don't yet have the site, at least you already have an account for free, and then later on you register your site when all of the videos, when I already have videos for you to go through. So I suggest I'll put the link in the description. And yeah, that's it, I believe. um what else do we what else do I did I miss? So make sure, let me know in the comments, guys, if I missed something else, or if you have questions in regards to this. And I'll probably show you other features of Ezoic, but for now this is just um a quick review for the WordPress hosting, Ezoic free hosting. You can learn more about this on this link. I'll put it in the description below. I'll probably also create a full review for all their features, but because there are a lot of features um of Ezoic, I'll probably separate all of them per feature, like this hosting. There's really a lot, guys, which is why I do recommend you to register an account right now. The link is in the description, uh, because they offer free stuff that you will need to pay outside Ezoic. That's why I really recommend you. They offer what do you call that? These are new services, by the way, free for the members. So while it's free to register, I suggest you register now. So they offer, what do you call that? Article article converter to video. So it's an alternative to InVideo and Lumen and Pictory. Those are free. I mean, those are premium services. They do offer free, but I believe it's limited. But in Ezoic, guys, if you remember, they offer it free of charge, full premium service. That's the thing. And another thing is they also offer video hosting for free. And there's no there's an ad, of course, but you will, compared to YouTube, you don't need to have minimum subscribers or so to get monetized. You get monetized right away when your website is approved. That's the point. And also free. This is no limit as well. It's like a YouTube on your own site. And then what's the other things that I like? Analytics. That's not really a big deal for most members. These are the things I believe is one of. Also, I believe they have an SEO tool. SEO tool, not a big deal, but it's still a good thing, because these kind of services, guys, if you if you access this outside Ezoic, the things that they offer here on Ezoic is premium services outside them, meaning you will have to pay to get access to the full service. You may get access for free, but it's very limited compared to using it on Ezoic. It's premium. That's the point of it. So there's a lot of things, and they might provide more services, not only this. There's more of there's more to this. That's why I highly recommend you to register an account right now and make sure to have access already while it's still free. You can later on register your site when it's ready. Make sure to publish all the things that are necessary for you to get access and to to host your site on Ezoic right away. It should be pretty simple, straightforward, and yeah, that's it. And then once you're approved and you've accomplished to host it, you are then free to scale it however you want. And you can also go through the free course here. It's still ongoing, guys. But I will make sure to provide more content on this in a later time. But yeah, I believe that's all for this video, and thanks for watching once again. I'll see you in the next one, and stay tuned. By the way, next is I'll show you how to transfer my personal blog here to Ezoic, and also how you can register. Maybe I'll probably show you first how you can register. But the problem with that, if I register, I need to find a site that is ready for connecting to Ezoic first. I'll probably add more content to it first because I only have 5, I believe. And once it's ready, I'll show you that how we register that and get approved, set it up for Ezoic, and then transfer it to this WordPress free hosting. So make sure to subscribe, stay tuned for my next video, and sorry for this long video, by the way. It's actually not that long, to be honest, versus my other videos, but I do provide long videos because I want to provide enough information that I know that will help you. And also, if I miss some points, I really appreciate if you can um, let me know in the comments. And also, if you need support from me for free, go to my community forums here, community.mawix.com, and make sure to submit a new topic, send screenshots, because on YouTube comments you can't send screenshots, error or so. I also want to invite you to check out my other videos here. I have free courses and tutorials playlists, webmasters and system admin tutorials, how to manage servers, how to manage websites whatsoever, and more videos you may like, edit playlists whatsoever. And once again, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you want to get more updates, or like this video if you like this, unlike this if you don't like this. See you in the next one.